Here's the best plays for 6-on-6 flag football. All right, we've had several coaches reach out and say, "Hey, can you guys put together some 6v6 plays?" And I have 10 great ones for you right here. All right, well, first off, I want to say some leagues the center is eligible, some leagues he's not. So if you're in a league where the center can't go out for a pass, just disregard his route. Nothing else changes. All right, and let's get into it real quick to the numbering system, how we number our kids. Okay, we'll start from the left. That's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's easy for the kids. You throw up the play, say, okay, hey, you're receiver 1, Joe, you're receiver 2, Bill, you're receiver 3, and so on, so on. So then they'll see the play sheet, and then they'll see what route they're running. So for me, it's just easier giving them a number. Okay, so now first play. Okay, this is great against zone and great against man to man. I'm not sure what coverage you guys see. I'm assuming mostly man. In our league, teams will play like 3 under, 2 deep, or 3-3. The cover 3 will play 3 deep, 3 underneath. So it varies, but most of the time we get man free or cover 2 with man underneath. All right, so this is great against zone and man. Okay, this is post wheel switch. Okay, so that we're gonna run a switch. We're gonna get a switch release here from our 4 and 5. Okay, we're gonna drive our route 4 yards up the field. He's gonna break to a wheel 4 yards up the field. He's going to break behind the butt of the 4. He's going to the post. We're going to get a seam to 1 here, and then we're going to get a wheel from 2. So you get a basic post slash seam wheel here, and then we're doing a post wheel. We're just we're switch releasing it. Okay, and then the center could if he's not eligible, obviously just blocks. Okay, you could have him run a quick out, a hitch. He could be your hot route in case someone blitzes off the edge. You could dump it off fast because this does take a little bit of time to develop. And I'm not sure if your league has blitz rules or not, but you should always have a hot route kind of, you know, attached to the play. All right, let me just rename this. Sorry. We can call this mesh. All right. So guys, this is mesh crossing routes, whenever you want to say here. Okay, so we're gonna get a crossing route. 2 is gonna be the deep crosser. Okay, he's gonna run that over route. The 4 is gonna come underneath it. The 3 is gonna drive his route, run a post. 5 is gonna outside release, run off. Basically, this is more so a man-to-man beater. Okay, you're still getting a nice high-low in case it is zone. You do get a nice high-low here too from the over player and the corner player. But a 5 is gonna outside release, basically clearing this out. And then the 2 is who you want to hit. So you want to put one of your better athletes here. One's going to outside release, go vertical. Okay, like I said, you get a nice high low. If they roll down or they're covering that, look for this. Okay, we tell our quarterback you always want to look high to low. All right, because if this is open and this is open, but you throw this and they grab his flag here, when you should have threw it here and you would have scored. So always work the ladder, we call it, climb the ladder. Work work high to low. Okay, so this is a great play, more so against man-to-man, but it does have a nice zone beater element because you are flooding the zone. So you're having 3 people in one area of the field, so they're not going to be able to cover all 3. Especially if they're playing like cover 3, you'll have underneath defender and 1 deep guy. So they only have 2, they can't cover 3. So this is great against zone as well. All right, now here's when you have a really good player, a good thing to do is to isolate him. Put the trips to one side, and then put him by himself here. Okay, we just like a quick slant route. He'll stem 2 yards and break to the slant, or you could have him just boom, turn and run right to the slant, get his head around, catch the ball, throw. Okay, we got a seam by 2. 3 is going to outside release to the left, so the returner back to the play. He's going to go vertical. You're also going to get a vert slant, we call it, where we're faking like we're going vertical. Okay, we got a somewhat of outside vertical stem, and then we're breaking in. So that's this guy's usually open too, especially going to get a clear out from the center in here. Here is just to pull this kid out to kind of open up here. So there's a little bubble screen. Okay, we should take this kid, make him fly, and then we could throw back there. But this is who we want to hit. We want to line up everyone here. Okay, if they double this kid, they still bracket him. Maybe they're high-low bracket. They got a kid covering hard inside leverage press and the guy over the top to help them. Look to this concept. Okay, this is man-to-man beater here. This is a man-to-man beater. All right, so there's a couple different options here. I have this as a slant. Okay, you could also have him run what we'll call 1-1-1. We'll tell our best player, okay, our star player here, that he's gonna run a slant. 2, he hears 2. That is outside release. We are going vertical. We're gonna take this kid vertical. Outside release. You don't even need to stem. If he's off man, okay, then you could stem. If you get press man, we're just gonna dip that inside shoulder, outside release, and go vertical. Okay, so if you could beat this kid deep where they have only one safety or no safety at all, okay, you could go 2-2-2. That tells him vertical. Now, if you're getting really hard inside leverage, okay, or a kid that's kind of playing somewhat press but not, okay, we like hitch on that too. Any off coverage, we like hitch. So 3 will be, we're just going to run a hitch. We're going to go 5 yards and then stop. We do want to work back to the quarterback a little bit. So this kind of, I guess you could say comeback, but we call it hitch. So he's going to drive his route hard for 5 yards, plant for the hitch. Okay, so again, quarterback's going to, this is a 2-step drop here. Okay, we like to catch the snap. 1, 2, plant, throw. So 1 would be telling our starter to do a slant. 2 will tell him the outside release, go vertical. And 3 will tell him hitch. And then you could take it a step further. You could go maybe a hitch, and then go route after. Okay, so maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 would be a hitch and go. So you could fake the hitch, give a little pump fake, and then have him take off vertical. So that's a nice little add there. You could do a hitch and go as well. And this is a slant. Okay, cool. All right, so that's a slant with the star. Get me out of the way here. All right, here's a really good concept. Great against zone coverage. Very good against man as well. This is like any coverage beater. Love this concept in flag football. Whether it's 7-on-7, 5-on-5, 6-on-6, you're always going to have some kind of flood at a 2x2. Again, if your center's not eligible, he's just going to block guys. Because I know a lot of you guys say, well, center is eligible in our league. So if he's not, then just don't factor in his route. Again, nothing else changes. So 5, we're going to get an outside release. We're going to go vertical. 2, we're going to get a post. Okay, and I'll get over why that's a post. 4, we're going to get, this is probably looks like it's about 8 yards, but this is going to be a 10 to 12 yard out. Okay, so we want to stem this vertical and boom, break to the out. 3 back's going to, center, which is called 3, he's going to go 5 yards, he's going to break out. So this is great against man if you like this matchup. Okay, throw a vertical, but we'll always work deep here to here. Okay, we want to climb a ladder here. So we want to climb down. So we're going to work, QB's eye is going to be on the vertical route. If we don't like that, we're going to look for the deep in. If that's not there, we're going to look for the deep out. One of these 3 would be open. But always work high to low. And what a nice route. After a nice route, okay, comes from the 2 on this. Because even if it's 2 safeties, okay, this outside release vertical should hold this safety. This vertical should hold this safety. So you know, this post could be open. If it's middle of the field open, meaning they don't have a safety, or they have 2 safeties playing on the hashes and they're playing cover 2, middle of the field's open. So you could look this way, then work back to the 2. We call flood first, throw to one of these 3, and then a lot of times we'll see that their safeties are overflowing the top, and we throw to the 2 on the backside post. Now, even if they have a middle safety, we're catching the snap, we're looking this way, he's going to read the route of the quarterback, so he may fly over the top here, then you still may have him here. Okay, so run the flood, work the progression high to low. Then after you beat them with that, keep an eye on the safety. You see him flying out, reading all the quarterback, you could hit the 2 on a post. Or even if the post player is really hardcore in the middle and only coming off a little bit, maybe have him run a skinny. Okay, so skinny that up a little bit. Instead of breaking towards the post, we could kind of turn that in a little bit and climb towards the post. Great concept, guys. Great against man, great against zone. Snag, another great concept. Great against man, great against zone. Okay, we're having the same flood concept here. Okay, we got a high-low. All right, so we do want to hit the 4. This is who we want to hit. Especially, this is very good against middle of the field close when they have 1 safety if they're playing man-free. All right, so read him. He can't cover both of these. He flies out to the corner. He could hit the post. He sits on the post. You hit the corner. And it's an outbreak and route, so the kid covering him is going to have his back to the ball. He's never going to find it. So look to hit the corner. Even if they have a safety over top, corner is a good look here. Okay, 3 is a nice, if you got the kid that's throwing the ball or snapping the ball back, he's a good athlete, you could have him run and hit the flat, so you get a nice high-low option, because if they bail back or get depth on zone drops, you may have him underneath. Okay, this is essentially more so a clear out. Could be open too. But our progressions when we first run this is here, here, here. Okay, so you may have him open. If not, just work through the progression. So, it's basic snag concept. Very good play. While we're here, we have a nice wrinkle to our snag that we actually have that we actually run in our real football 11 on 11 in the fall. We'll have a snag, and then instead of him sitting, we'll have him turn vertical. Now, this play does take a little longer to develop, but a lot of times this safety will cheat over, especially as one of our better kids. We usually like to cheat our split in a little bit more on this. Okay, so this is something you could do on 11 on 11, or you could do this in the 6 on 6 or 7 on 7. So instead of him running that snag concept, that snag route, okay, he's just going to turn up and go vertical. So that safety sees there's no post from 2. He's going to help out here, and then we still get that kind of horizontal vertical stretch, whatever you want to call it. Like if the one safety deep, we have 3 routes. Even if they have 2 safeties deep, we have 3 deep routes. So that snag go, we call it, is a very nice wrinkle. Very nice wrinkle to what we do. Let me just fix this. Now, guys, with this play design program, I could export these as a PDF. So if you want the PDF, I'll put it in the description of this video. It'll be on the actual page on our website. So if you want this PDF, which will be it looks really nice. If you want this PDF, just visit our website. You'll see the link to download it right off there, and then you could take this to your practices. You could take it to the games, whatever. Okay, so now we got to post out. Very simple concept. Again, got a quick blitz beater here. Could run a hitch. You could have him go vertical. You could have him trail one of these guys. Okay, it's however you want to do it. If you can't go out for a pass, so be it. So now this is a man-to-man coverage beater. Okay, this isn't very good against zone, honestly, because you're not flooding an area. Okay, there's really you get a nice high-low over here, which is okay against zone, but they could still kind of cover that up. But this is for man-to-man. Okay, where you put the kid in the slot, have him drive his route up the field, break on and out. That's just if this kid's better than this kid. Okay, he's going to run a post clear out. Okay, so you want to hit the out on either side here, honestly. So very, very simple concept. Post out. It's basically just clearing out. Post out. Did I do that play twice? No, I didn't. Oh, okay. Sorry. Where is slant arrow? I have this drawn up twice like this. My mistake. All right, guys. Here's slant arrow. Sorry, guys. I think I messed up here. Oh, I did. I did the slant arrow and up. I didn't even do slant arrow. All right, guys. But here's slant arrow. We're gonna outside release. We're gonna get vertical here. Okay. We're gonna make him black. And now, guys, I didn't tell you, but the primary read here will be the kid in orange. The secondary read will be the kid in yellow. All right, so we're gonna go slant arrow here to 5 and 4. I apologize. So we're gonna get a slant from him, and we are just going to get an arrow route from 4. All right, great man-to-man coverage beater, guys. Okay, we do want to hit the 5. Kind of want to hit that window. The kid covering him is gonna run here. Okay, the kid covering him is gonna go this way, and this is the window we want to hit. Catch the snap and throw. This needs to come out fast. Now, if they're playing some type of zone, okay, off coverage here, maybe some kind of cover 3, slant arrow is really good. So if you got a better matchup here and this kid's playing off, maybe you hit the arrow, but we want to hit the slant and then you have the arrow there. So it's a simple man-to-man beater. All right, so that's a slant arrow. Now let's go to slant arrow and up. All right, so now after you run slant arrow, okay, a lot of times we'll run it twice. First time we'll throw to the slant guy, and then the second time is usually when we get the arrow. All right, so after we beat them once or twice with slant arrow, we'll run slant, and he'll run his arrow. QB will pump fake, and then we'll turn and go vertical. This is very good against man coverage, cover 1. Okay, this is pretty good against zone coverage too. Okay, if you're getting 2 safeties, have this center. Okay, have the three. I had him outside releasing this way. That's what we want him to do against man. If you're seeing two safeties, have him just go vertical. So what that will do is that will maybe hold this kid, hold this safety. Or if he flies out over the top to the out and up, you may be able to hit him because this safety has to respect this outside vertical. Okay, so that's a nice little adjustment there. So fake the out. Okay, we're gonna run 2 yards. We're gonna arrow, show hands, and turn upfield, plant, and go. All right. So that's a slant arrowing up. Here's the post corner concept. This is probably my second favorite concept. All right. So we got a post corner concept here to the 5 and 4. We have a trail concept, kind of like a double dig here. Okay, from 3 and 2. So this is very good against two safeties. If they got a safety here, we're gonna read this safety. He sits on the post. We throw the corner. He bails to the corner. We throw the post. This outside release. This kid needs to outside release and get vertical hard. Throw his hands up. We need this safety off this hash. Okay, so again, this is kind of a too deep look for us. The middle of the field's closed. That means they have one single. They have a post player or a middle safety. So then our first progressions to here. If it's two safety look, or even a three safety look, okay, we're reading this safety. He sits from post, we throw corner. He sits corner, we throw post. Now I do like the trail technique, okay, the double digs here. We get a nice high-low down the middle of the field. So a lot of times this number 2's open. Okay, so he's gonna run a quick out. And again, this could be your hot read, say the kid covering him. Blitzes, okay, 3 yards, turn, catch the ball. And a lot of times, so when I say trail, that means he's basically coming right behind him. He's at different depth, so there's different levels here. But this could be a double dig or trail technique, trail concept. All right, so I do like the double digs behind this. Okay, this is good against man-to-man. Your man-to-man beater is here. Okay, and then your zone beater is here. So if you're seeing man, you might want to look here. If you're seeing zone, you might want to look here first. Okay, so post corner, great. Definitely a must add. All right, so now we're going to get post corner. Okay, this isn't really a corner. I should probably call this post arrow. Okay, it's kind of like a rub route. And we're going to actually change this post corner rub. So when I export this. All right, guys, so we're going to compress 5 and 4 here. All right, this is our man-to-man beater side here. This is good against zone and man-to-man. But he's going to run a post. He's going to run a shallow corner, or almost an arrow. I guess you could call it an arrow, but we just call it a post corner. But let's say arrow. I think it's more so an arrow. So this isn't really a corner route. Or even an out, you could say. Maybe, you know what? Maybe we'll change it and say post out. Let's do that. Post out. Rub this. All right. So basically, when you're getting pressed, man, I like stacking receivers. All right. You could even do this. Stack him right behind. Have them both release vertically and then have him break. If not, it doesn't matter. Why I like him offset inside a little bit, because this DB will be offset inside and will kind of maybe run into this kid. So that it kind of serves as a natural rub. So our progression here, we're going to look outside to in. Okay, if the middle of the field's closed, we definitely want to look here first. If they got double safeties, maybe you could have him look to the post first. All right, and then our center, we're going to get a double arrow or trail technique, trail concept here. All right, so again, great against man, great against zone. This will clear out a lot of times. If this kid's a good athlete, he'll beat the defender covering him. If they blitz someone, okay, this could be your hot route, your hot read here, okay? So post corner, post arrow, rather. Jeez, it's been a long day, guys. Post corner here. We get the trail concept here. Now, we got a slot fade here. We do run some tunnel. So if you want, you could run tunnel first, which means two is just going to block. Two is going to block the defender covering one. He's going to take 2 steps, come back, slice it inside the tunnel. Now what you can do is you could run here and then run slot fade. That's what we like. Slot fade is a very nasty route to cover, okay? If you're getting press man or man coverage, when you fade, it's going to force this kid to turn his back to the ball. He's never going to be able to track the ball. So slot fade, this is easy money, especially if this kid's decent. Even if they double cover, it's slot fade is really good. So make sure the 2 understands that this isn't this isn't necessarily a vertical concept. We want to keep climbing vertically, yes, but we want to fade away. We want to compress our split in, take 2 steps to stem them, and then we want to fade out. That'll force this DB to turn his back and have to chase us as we fade out. Whereas if you take this too vertical, DB could open up and he could easily get in phase with you, get hip to hip. But we want him chasing, okay, and us fading away. So quarterback, if you're going to look to throw the slot fade here to 2, plant, throw outside here. Let him fade away into it. Okay, the kid won't be able to track the ball. You'll get a pass interference or a touchdown out of it. Slot fade is a very nasty play. All right, guys. So, like I said, this PDF is available. Check the description on how to download that. When the PDF is really nice. It's big. Each page, each play has its own page, so it's really big. It's great to print and take to practice. Print them, put them in a sleeve. You could show the kids. Okay, so make sure you download that. Hope you guys enjoyed the plays. These plays could be implemented on 5-on-5. Okay, 7-on-7. Just gotta add another player. So regardless of what flag or touch football you're playing, 5v5, 6v6, 7v7, these plays are awesome and they will help you score and win games.